Hey, Lincoln.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
No, I ain't say Abe Lincoln. I said, hey, Blinken.
And well, what can I say, folks? What can I say? A big win for United today. Master Grant, how are you,
Hi,
sir?
I'm good. How are you?
After a 6-2 win over Roma, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Yes. Yes. What other scores were there?
Let's see. United beat Roma 6-2, and I think Arsenal won 2-1 or something. Or they hold on, let me check them. They may have lost. I'm not real sure. It's Arsenal, so I really don't pay much attention to them. So this is in Europa League, so this is the semis.
The soon to be defunct.
Arsenal lost 2-1 at Villarreal.
Okay.
So yeah, you might want to stick a fork in them.
Super League?
Well, Arsenal's chances are lasting about as long as the Super League did, I think.
Oh, is the Super League a done deal now? It's a done story.
No. That thing died literally 48 hours after it started.
Ah, that's too bad.
Oh no, it's not. That's fine.
I wanted it. I wanted the Super League. Hey, do we have any results from the CONCACAF Champions League?
No, I don't think they play yet. Or
Yeah. Portland played Americana yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? Oh, you know what? That's what the CONCACAF Champions League?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get some scores. See how the U.S. teams fared against our Mexican counterparts.
Let's see what we got here. Toronto lost 3-1. Columbus and Monterrey tied 2-2. Portland and Club America tied 1-1. Tonight at 8:00 is Philly and Atlanta. You know what? I might watch that game. I mean, that could be a good game.
Yeah. Our soccer is pretty much Champion League level. Champions League level. Second tier England level. Championship League level.
Yeah.
But it's still good. I mean, that's good pace, good quality at times. I mean,
it's still fun to watch.
It's fun.
I absolutely enjoy watching MLS games. I really do. They're fun. They're exciting. Yeah, the quality isn't what you're going to get in the Prem or Bundesliga, but so what? It doesn't mean it's not fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Championship League has a ton of followers itself, so it just goes to say something. So what did I watch? I watched LA Galaxy against was it New York Red Bulls on Sunday? I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
So I caught another game. It was LAFC against. Anyway, but LAFC looked good.
Well, you had I think it was the Galaxy in Miami. I watched that game. That was last weekend too, I think. That was actually a fun game to watch. That was pretty good. Like I said, I enjoy it though. I really do. So, So you got your second shot. Last time we talked, you were getting your shot. You got your second one, and then you decided to go run a marathon. Because why not? How'd that work out for you?
It was hard. Every step was a tough step. I was dragging. I was really tired, physically tired, and from the shot. But I made it. I finished, and then I came home and I slept. Couldn't do anything else for the rest of the day. That wasn't the best. That was not the best planning. I got to calibrate the algorithm in the chip, though. That's the problem. after my first shot, the calibration wasn't right, and so the algorithm picked the run day to be the day after the COVID shot day. So yeah, didn't yeah, I gotta make some. I gotta tweak it a bit.
Did you happen to see our Discord channel today? I actually tagged you in a
Yeah, but I
in
didn't
a
see.
picture.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Here, let me because as soon as I saw it, I thought of you and Lou, and so there you go.
Oh, that. That's good. There's COVID right there.
Yep, there you go.
The COVID striking back. Oh, that is funny. Lou's gonna like that. Lou is gonna like that.
I certainly hope he saw it. I don't think he commented on it or anything. But honest to God, I thought it was hysterical. Oh yeah, he did comment on it. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
So folks, if you want it, if you want in our Discord channel, definitely, let us know. We'll get you in. It's a lot of fun. You can get heated a little bit, so have a thick skin. But yeah, it can get a little crazy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
So did you see the presidential address last night?
I did. I was trying to drag my feet a little bit before we got into it for Lou to come on. But that's okay. We can talk about it now. What did you think of it?
Oh, we can wait for Lou.
No, that's all right. That's okay. He should have shown up.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, like as I wasn't on the show last night, I was working. And I worked pretty late, so I really didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. I thought, so with that being said, I can't really comment on a lot of the things that he said, but I can tell you that he looked presidential, and he looked like a man who cares, a man who's there to, be a leader of the country, not be some cartoon character egomaniac, still pissed me off that, why it's not just, why does one side have to sit and the other side stand up and applaud? It's just moronic. I'd rather them not do any applause at all. It's just so stupid. It's so partisan. It's just ridiculous. And so that always irritated me. But he looked good. I liked just things that I did hear. I liked, and so yeah, I was happy with it. How about you?
Yeah, you know what? I was never one for. Let's face it. Whenever somebody like when the president, when they're addressing Congress, they're doing a State of the Union or whatever it was called last night. It really wasn't. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. State of the Union is normally in February, I think. But whenever the president is saying something, or he's introducing something, or he's doing whatever that isn't a partisan thing. For example, whenever he talked about getting the troops out of Afghanistan, right? That's a nonpartisan thing. Okay, getting troops out of Afghanistan. He said something along the lines of, "We now have generations that have fought there. We now have people there. We now have troops there whose fathers were fighting there." Okay, that's not a partisan thing. There's nothing wrong with Republicans applauding that, right? Or at least there shouldn't be. Now, if you want to say something regarding the partisan things that he's talking about, okay, then fine, don't go ahead and clap. But universal things, they should be applauded and they should be recognized because it benefits everybody.
Except Republicans hate it.
Lou's struggling a little bit there. He's having a hard time.
So,
Okay.
but you're absolutely, while we're waiting, so you're absolutely right. It's the that partisanship. If not, I'm Republican. I'm not going to stand. I'm not going to applaud. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was reversed the other way, but of course Trump was a bigger moron than anything. But that whole I'm not standing up, I'm not applauding is just, it's absurd. If it's got something to do with perhaps something that your parties are bickering or fighting over, maybe a spending package or something like that, okay, I get that.
Right.
But when it's something like, something that's supposed to be uniting us, that's just
no reason.
Petty.
Yeah, no reason to.
That's just you're afraid of Mitch McConnell yelling at you afterwards.
And you know what? Here the thing of it is, who are you trying to play to? Okay, you know the people that are supporting you, that you're trying to get money from or vote from or whatever it is. You already have this where each of you know what the other one is. In other words, standing up and applauding, or even sitting down and applauding, pulling the troops out of Afghanistan isn't going to cost you a vote.
I know.
It's not gonna cost you anything. You're gonna look at people are gonna look at you and say, "Yeah, it's about freaking time."
Yeah, it's not like come November, someone's going to say, I remember during the presidential address, he stood up and clapped. Dang it, I'm not voting for him now.
Right? And look at the counter he has. Why? Because I'm for you bringing your kids home. Yeah, you're damn right I am. Right?
Yeah,
it's a win. Lou, what did you think of the of the?
You know what? I had to go to the phone. I could barely hear you. I'm going to go in and out again. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay.
See, right there. Our Republican representative just refusing to get on and talk about it.
There you go. There you go. Wait, he's not done yet. He's trying it again. Hold on. Hey, maybe the third time. Well, nope.
Well, I'm glad it's not just me who pops in, pops out. Here I am, there I'm not.
He's only like 2 miles away from me, right?
So,
all right, we're going to try to. This is what, a fourth time? Lou, number 4.
I mean, let's take a look at this war in Afghanistan, first of all. It was brought on by George Bush.
It was brought on by W.
It came after the terrorist attacks. He completely mismanaged by invading Iraq, and half-assed go to Afghanistan. They should have. We had the whole world behind us, until we decided that Iraq was then it was get pay back for daddy because Saddam Hussein tried to assassinate his father. So, had we taken a little bit more thought, we would have realized that these guys are all up in those mountains in between Afghanistan and Pakistan. We would have known we had the whole world on our side, so we could have had pressure from everywhere on both Pakistan and Afghanistan to isolate these guys and starve them out. But no, we had to land troops and fight the Taliban, which it's just anyway. And like you said, it's been years. We're in the quagmire. That area is never going to have peace. It's just look at the history. Just read the history of the area, and you'll see. I mean, there's always battles between everybody over there, and so, we got stuck in a quagmire, and we've been there for way too long. And what are we doing? We're spending a lot of money, and what benefit are we getting?
Nothing.
What benefit do we get out of this?
Nothing.
I mean, we're not even getting opium. I mean, one thing, they're bringing back opium for free. We're not even getting that. So, same thing with Iraq. What did we get out of that? Come on. I mean, this isn't, we just can't be shelling out our money. It's bad enough that we got to, all our tax money's going to pay these senators living high on the hog, and, which we don't need. They're all redundant. And yet we're paying all this money for our soldiers who are protecting us. It's not, but we're not, I don't know. We're just spending way too much money on things that we shouldn't be. We should be focusing our efforts on self-defense, and not just endless wars.
I agree. Lou, what do you think of the State of the Union / address to Congress?
I made it till just after 10 and fell asleep. But
it's pretty good, actually.
He laid it out pretty well, what he wanted to do. You watched all them idiots sit on their hands. You know what? And as far as polling, I think he had 70, 80% approval on just what he's talking about, which is normal things that people want. They just want a better life for their kids and families. And you know what? That's the messaging. Keep it simple.
I thought that was the one thing that was really spot on with his speech last night. First of all, well, I'll get back to the very beginning of it in a minute, but which you could tell he was very proud of. The manner in which he spoke, where he didn't really do a whole lot of separating between the Democrats and the Republicans. He kept talking to Congress, and he kept in a Master Grant. It was the things that we teach forever. He kept talking about how we can do this, we can get this done, right? It was never you guys screwed this up, you guys need to fix this, you need to pass that. He recognized Congress for passing things. Was the Violence Against Women Act they renewed, and a couple other ones. Where he actually congratulated them and thanked them for passing the renewal. But whenever it was everything that he was proposing, he kept saying, we can do this, we can get this done, we all the way home, right? And whenever he was talking, there were a few times where he was actually addressing the American people, whenever he was talking about getting your vaccination, whenever he was talking about how this changing economy, how you can be in it, you're not going to be excluded from it. And he was literally, looking at the camera, talking to people. I thought his tone and I thought his vocabulary were just spot on. I thought they were perfect. Very hard to argue with.
You know what? And it's just the stuff that can get done. What is the fear of from the right? That he's going to succeed? And put him to the dustbin of life? Well, we can only hope. But I mean, seriously, it's, and I had to go. I'm sure my computer screwed up because I've been on I would have normally been in Nashville this week for the industry meetings, and they had somebody on that was gave the state of the economy, what he sees coming, and this and that. And I got he writes for a couple newspapers, and then of course he gets on Fox Business and something. As soon as I heard that, I knew which way he was leaning, which wasn't bad, but he tried to keep it pretty clean as to what's going on.
Wow, that was good.
But I'm just thinking, painting the picture, if everybody can succeed and get better jobs and things like that, geez, won't this, the rich people would get richer no matter how much you taxed them from default. I mean, think about it. Geez, they might actually have to work as many hours as we do a week. A lot of them.
Master Grant, if you are representing a party that its objective is to not, or let's not say not, let's say hinder people's ability to succeed, meaning your citizenship. That's a party that's not worth keeping around. It's a party that shouldn't survive. Am I right?
Well, that's what the Republicans say about the Democrats. The Democrats want to destroy the American dream. The Democrats want to control your life from cradle to
Great.
grave. They want to tax you to death. They want to make this a socialist state where nobody can follow the American dream. That's what they say. And
yet, if you look at history, when did the Americans' dream succeed the most? Right after the Civil War, with higher taxes on the rich till the Gilded Age came in. From the 30s through the 70s, when they taxed the shit out of the rich, and did infrastructure. Yet 40 years of Reaganomics bullshit, and they're still preaching cut taxes. Doesn't benefit anybody but 0.1% of the population. How do we build the interstate highway system? That's why the Koch brothers hated Dwight Eisenhower too. They thought when he came in as a Republican, he was going to cut taxes. He told them, fuck off, we're building the interstate system. That was part of, what the hell they used to call that back then? The Koch brothers' father started, what society? John Birch Society. That was at, why can't I think of the word? What Rand Paul claims to be, even though he's Republican. Libertarian. Name me a successful libertarian society in the history of the world.
There hasn't been one.
So, what unfortunately, as soon as you start talking numbers, people's eyes glaze over, and just what happened there with the screen there. People's eyes glaze over. They fall asleep. They don't listen anymore. But it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple stuff. Let's say the three of us are. Let's just say the three of us. We all live in houses that are right next to each other, and we share landscaping, and we share home fixing, building. And that costs us $600 a month for the grass cutters and the carpenters and that. They come out. $600 a month that we have to pay. So what do? We divide that up by 3. Each of us pays $200, and there's our $600 every month that we can pay these guys.
Geez, isn't that how the villages works down in Florida with all the MAGAs?
Now, I'm unfortunately, I don't want to pay that. I want you guys to pay it for me, right? So I'm going to say, no, you both need to pay $250, right? That way, I'll have more money and I'll do better things then. I'll take my money and I'll invest it in different things that'll help us out. Now, when I say that, right, you're looking at me like, you're, I mean, no, but that's exactly what the Republicans are saying. And if you accept it, because Rush Limbaugh, so you guys are listening to Rush, and Rush is telling you, you got to do it, it's trickle down, and you do, what do? I laugh my freaking butt off, because it's like, you guys are duped, and good for me, I don't have to pay it, right? And so then the Republicans come in, and then they say, well, we need to reduce these fees even more. So if you're if you're paying $250 a month, which you two are, well, we're not going to give you a break. But if you're only paying $100 like me, well, you need a break. So now I'm down to $50, and now we have a deficit of $50 a month that we can't pay. Right? Because our bills don't stop coming in. Anyway, like I said, now people's eyes are glazing over. It's like, where's he going? Math. But that's basically it. That's in a nutshell. Sorry.
Lou,
My
yesterday,
definition of conservatism is there's two definitions. Like, when they try and pin something on liberals or progressive policies, the first definition of conservatism is the eternal search for the moral justification for greed. And the second is they want all the benefits of society without paying the entry fee like the rest of us. Just what Master Grant was saying. They want educated workforce. They want a workforce already trained. They want smart kids. They want infrastructure built for them, but they don't want to pay taxes on it.
last night, Biden said at the podium flat out, trickle down economics hasn't worked and it never will work. Hasn't worked in 40 years and it never will.
No,
He said it flat out last night. And whenever I mentioned how he spoke in a language that everybody could understand, that's what I meant. There wasn't a person watching last night who didn't at least hear the term trickle-down economics. Right? They may not have known what it meant, but they've heard it. Let's face it, you're not going to be watching that if you didn't care, right? If you weren't following these things, you weren't watching it. So, but the other thing he said last night, which I was extremely impressed with, when he walks up to the podium, and his quote was, and you could see the grin that he had. It was obviously very he was very, very proud. And he said, the quote is, I'm reading from CNN, Madam Speaker, Madam Vice President, no president has ever said those words from this podium. No president has ever said those words, and it's about time. And you could tell he was.
He had a big crap-eating grin when he said it.
Oh yeah, he was very, very proud.
So did Nancy.
Yeah, well, she's been fighting for a long time, man. She's been fighting this. I mean, think how long Kamala Harris has been fighting this, and Nancy's been doing it for 20 years longer.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see. I thought I wrote down a couple of things. I thought he made his case to the world. I mean, he jumped on. Were you watch whenever he jumped on China?
Yeah.
And, okay, so you saw that whenever he jumped on Putin. He really hit the COVID thing pretty hard, which I thought was a good thing to do. And he pretty much shown that, especially whenever we're in this pandemic, whenever we're doing these things, that government needs to step up. The idea of quote unquote big government, whenever people are hurting, you really need it. You really need it to step up. And between that and how fast he's moved on a lot of things, don't forget, last night was day number 99. Today's his actual 100th day. Look at how much we accomplished as a country in 99 days. It's pretty remarkable, considering we still have the Fox Entertainments of the world who are, telling you, don't get your shots. Don't if you see somebody wearing a mask outside, call 911. What's the other shit what's the other bullshit he was doing? Anyhow, again, I'm going to say it again, just on a side note, just hear me out. Nobody who ever had to work for anything has ever been named Tucker. Okay. But you look at how remarkable his first 99 days have been. We're getting to the point where we're going to be shipping the vaccine overseas. Right? He mentioned that last night. It's getting to the point where we're going to have that. I thought they moved very, very quickly.
Yeah, there's some countries that need help too.
He did make a point of saying after we're done with it, they'll get it. Whenever we're done. I still think how fast he's moved on things. The act, the COVID checks, the things that they've done, how fast they move these things through. This is the shit that should have been going on for the last 18 months. Well, almost 2 years. Maybe not to this intense or this strong, but this is the direction we should have been going. How many people would still be alive now?
I think they said if they would have followed the Europe's like Germany and France, what they did, we would have been somewhere around 100,000 instead of what, 575?
Something like that.
That's all. That's on the leader's shoulders. You can't say anybody else. It's on the leadership's shoulders. That was Trump and Pence. Trump and Pence, I thought, did a good job of pushing the vaccines through quickly, lifting hurdles to get those done. But then they dropped the ball with the vaccination planning, probably because of the election. Instead of putting the country first, they put themselves first. And there's a lot of dead people now because of that. They should have just focused on what was right. And who knows, maybe the election would have been different had they done that. But they really should have put their energy, especially Pence, because he was in charge. Just, what are you doing, Pence? What are you running for? Nobody's voting for you. They're voting for Trump. For or against Trump. It's nothing to do with you.
Right. So just go do your damn job.
White-haired freak. He should have just focused on the planning and rolled out a plan, any plan, and just because we could have had these things coming out in November, probably even before that.
Lou I'll start with Lou, but I'll ask both of you because I'm the only non-Democrat on the panel. Is Joe Biden changing what it means to be a Democrat?
He's taken it back probably to when he would have come into office. I'm going to say, when did he come in 72, he was considered a moderate Democrat in 72. These policies you're looking at are not progressive, left-wing, hard left. They are the moderate center of what the country was in 1972. It's nothing more than FDR policies that he brought in, everybody hated for because it benefited the working class. He's pro-union. You know what? And I'm sure, and I just got the feeling that he's going to be getting Manchin and Sinema in that office saying, do you realize if we don't run through this HR1, what could happen to this country? You saw a preview on January the 6th. And I just believe that he's at that point where, as we like to say, he has no fucks to give, and he could be very transitional.
Yeah, you and I say it all the time. Master Grant, what do you think? Is he changing the definition of a Democrat?
Well, I'm technically not a Democrat. I'm independent, but...
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were a Democrat. Well, okay, Lou's the only odd man out then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I don't care. I associate myself with Democrats. I just don't want to get all the junk mail. That's the only reason. I'll be serious. I do this that waste of paper.
Yeah. That is an advantage. It really is.
To answer the question, I think he is, and I think it's, and I think he's actually open, and I think he's being bold to say, look, progressive policies, social policies are not bad. They are, socialism is not the religion of Satan. Okay, it's not the politics of Satan. It's a, you don't have to go full board, but there's a lot of good things. Pick the good stuff. Pick the good stuff from the right and left. Go down the middle. That's really what we've done for years and years and years until we've gotten this, these well, it all started with Fox Entertainment and the mouthpieces. That's what started it all about 15 years ago. That the divide, but before it used to be, it doesn't matter who you voted for because they'd all go to the middle anyway. Right. And but ever since, it's just been really you're either right or you're left. It's one or the other, and that's just high school debate club garbage.
Kind of started with Newt at that time and Fox in '96.
Yeah, because I even thought Clinton was rather centric. I thought Obama was incredibly centrist. He really didn't move very far left at all. I know he pissed off Nancy a few times. Mine's going to end up pissing her off too, and Biden's going to end up pissing off AOC and everybody else in that clique too, because he's not willing to go where they're going. Okay, I'm sorry. Getting rid of fossil fuels is not a very leftist thing to do. Okay, they've run their course. I mean, they have. We have better, stronger alternatives now that we could take the lead on and make a whole shit ton of money doing it. Okay, and improving an infrastructure that has been a total piece of garbage since the 1980s shouldn't be a radical idea.
But according to the right, it is, and that's what puzzles me. Okay, the damn bridges are falling down.
The roads need fixed.
There's still lead in plumbing. I mean,
and in schools, in elementary schools. Yeah. All right. I mean, it would be nice to not have to worry about my electric going out whenever there's a storm. This shouldn't be, Master Grant. These things should not be debated. How we fix it should be debated.
So
not the fact that we need
the right says that the government is inefficient. They can't fix these things. We need to put them all into private contractor hands to get this stuff done. And by taking the federal government out of it.
Just like Texas did, right? With their power.
Just like Texas.
Yeah.
That
worked out.
The thing is that private companies have no oversight, no control. They do whatever they want, and they cut corners. They can basically do whatever they want to do. And so you want to put important infrastructure decisions into those people's hands. You're going to get what you pay for. Is the government the most efficient? No, we all know that. But the government does have good rules, good checks, balance. A bridge will be completed maybe a bit slower, but it'll be done right for the most part. Just there's this argument about we got to be a free market, and can't let I think it's full of. I'm sorry to say this, but it's just elementary thinking is what it is.
It really is. Look, at the end of the day, a private entity, a private business wants to make money. They're in business to turn a profit. That's it. That's the only reason they exist. Name one business, one private business whose sole purpose isn't to turn a profit. Name one. Right?
Well, there are none. There are none, of course.
There are none. You wouldn't be in business.
Even when we look at the healthcare and the insurance, first of all, as you know, I programmed a number of things for insurance companies, and I know it very well. They have to make money. They make a lot of money. They have claims ratios, so they can only pay 65% of claims. The rest has to go into their pockets, basically. And so, out of the $100 you give to an insurance company, 65 will actually be used for your treatment. The rest goes into their pocket. Are you good with that? Does that sit well with you? Out of your $100, 35 goes into their pockets?
And Medicare, it's about 92%, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Something
why,
like that, yeah.
why is this even being argued? It's so common sense that if I got $100 and then I give it to Mr. Insurance guy who takes me to the hospital and only pays 65 and says you're stuck with the rest. It's like, wait a minute, I gave you $100. But that again, like here I am, I'm talking numbers, glazing over, and then all the pundits have to say is he's tax and spend liberal, no good, liberal tax and spends all your tax money, blah, blah, and then it's like, okay, I'm the demon. Now I'm the bad guy.
Do you know who the highest paid CEO in the country was last year? This kind of surprised me.
No.
I was thinking Walmart or something like that.
I was thinking either Bezos or who's the other one with SpaceX?
And on
Musk. Yeah,
Musk.
They run a different tax scam there, but the actual highest paid CEO was an medical insurance company head. $165 million.
There you go.
Who the fuck is worth $3 million a week?
Well, you are.
I'd take one.
Oh, see that? Well, you're humble.
But I mean, seriously, is his brain 10 times or 10 times millions or multiply whatever it is more than ours in a week? Does he work that much harder? Thousands of times harder?
Yeah. Does he have more education? Does he have, and this is, a medical insurance, right? Company.
Right.
And what are they supposed to be doing? Paying your insurance
bill,
costs.
basically, yeah.
But they're giving $3 million a week to one man.
One insurance company is giving $3 million a week to one man.
Yeah. How's that sick?
Yeah. Not even the industry, just one company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't care who they are, but they've been raising everybody's rates and making more deductibles higher and not covering more, because those are things that they have to cover, right? And that's just the CEO. We didn't even go down the ladder yet of the executives and what they're getting.
No.
Yeah. So there you go. Prime example. So would you rather that money go into the hands of private corporations, or wouldn't you rather have a government agency that's maybe not as efficient, but we're not going to see somebody making $3 million a week?
I would say there's an equal person in their role at the head of Medicare, like the head of what he's doing, and their salary was probably what, 150 a year?
Yeah, 100,000, 150 grand a year.
With the same basically job description?
Yeah, pretty much. The problem we run into, and I hear it every day, or damn near every day, is we have so many people who simply have a distrust of government being able to do anything.
Well,
and so
40 years of bullshit with that, that's what it is. Fox News, Breitbart, Rush, Levine.
Here's the part that kills me. It started with Reagan. Remember that asshole said the most terrifying words you can hear is from the government, I'm here to help. He was president at the time.
Wasn't that in his inaugural address?
Probably, I don't know. But he was president whenever he said it. Master Grant, you can't make this shit up. 40 years, no, longer than that later, these assholes are still regurgitating the same thing. They're regurgitating it over and over and over again. And every time it comes back to bite them in the ass, like Texas with the snowstorm, they just keep regurgitating it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it works. It works for them.
Unbelievable. So simple-minded. So simple-minded. Tell me what to do, and I'll run with it. And I'll kneecap myself every time as long as you continue to tell me what to do. It's unbelievable.
Well, okay, so I've said this before, but this was something I heard, which I'll tell you afterwards. But we are lucky to live here because we could be living in a dictatorship where 1% of the people have all the wealth. The rich get richer because we cut taxes. We ignore the poor by restricting access to their health care and education. The media is controlled by one family. We fill prisons with one racial group. And we scare all the people into supporting our policies that are against their own interests. So,
but we're lucky.
That's describing, of course, that's describing us, and that was Sacha Baron Cohen in The Dictator, his end speech at the UN, and it was just like, he just nailed on the head. It's like, basically, yeah, that's us. So,
pretty much. We all know folks who live overseas. Master Grant, whenever Trump was elected, I got a text from a very outspoken grandmaster who lives down under, from the land down under. And the only thing the text said was, and I'm quoting, "What the fuck did you guys just do?" You know who that was.
Yeah. And us and the Australians, we have a lot in common, right? So, but yeah. And if you've ever lived abroad, if you ever lived in Singapore or Japan or even China, or if you lived in Europe, Germany, Norway, Spain, Italy, you'll know when you look at where we live, there is a real big inequality, and it's not us better, them worse. It's them better.
The other way around.
Worse.
Yeah.
And it's so apparent. When I was in Japan, I got sick. They wanted me to go to the hospital. I'm like, no, I can't. I don't have insurance. I can't go to the hospital. And they said, what are you talking about? It's like, I can't pay. They go, don't be an idiot. You don't have to worry about that. And it was like, what? You could actually go get treated and not worry about losing my car and my house. Yeah, it's just it's eye-opening.
Frank tells the story of he was at his house in his villa in Italy, in the Tuscany area, and his daughter had brought a friend with him. Oh, they were staying for a couple of weeks or whatever it is, and she I can't remember the story if she forgot her allergy meds or if she got a real bad allergy attack. It was one or the other, right? She needed meds like right now. And basically, they went into town to it wasn't a hospital, but it was almost like a what do you call it? A doctor's assistant type thing, right? Went in the front door, told them what was wrong. The person said, all right, it's like 2 lira or something like that. Walked through, got her meds, walked out the back door. She was fine. It was that quick. Nobody cared. Nobody said a word. 2 lira is nothing. I think it's like 85 cents or something like that. Got her a whole prescription. She was good for the entire time they were there. No problem. No issues. Know who's your insurance company. Know this, know that. Here you go. See ya. Have a nice day. Dude, there's no reason we shouldn't be doing, or at least have that thing in place. No reason why we can't. Right, Lou? I think the problem we run into is folks have a very romanticized view of what we have and how we do things, and that romanticized view is not really how it goes. Master Grant, we'll see you. I'm sorry. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Catch up tomorrow. See you then. Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Bye.
We'll see you.
All right.
Lou, I think we have a very romanticized view of how things are here.
It is. They keep pounding like American exceptionalism, this and that. I mean, but seriously, What are we exceptional at anymore?
I don't know. We have a tendency to tell to spout like we're the greatest country in the world. And these same people, you ask them, have you ever been to another country? And they say no. You haven't gone to Canada? My God, it's just like a big state up north. Just go. You know, it's like our 51st state. Just go. Right? Nothing. They don't even do that. We have this view of America and Fox Entertainment, right? It's almost May, so the 4th of July is coming up. How about that for one? Huh? I just skipped over, June altogether.
And Memorial Day.
And we got Memorial Day, right? And you're going to get on Fox Entertainment, and they're going to have a live band. They're going to have a live show. Can you tell me just right now the genre of music they're going to play?
Well, it's going to be country music.
It's going to be country, right? And you're going to see everybody with their hats and their boots and the plaid and the whole 9 yards, and that's America, right? You're not going to see a rapper. You're not going to see a metalhead. You're going to see country music America. That's your vision of America. And all of the romanticism that goes with it, right? Because they all think they're fucking John Wayne or God knows what, right? Back and everything's nice and glorified. And that's what they picture. And isn't this the greatest country in the world? Look at what we got. Right? Look at the people you're ignoring. Ask them what they got. Ask them what we got. Because what you're doing to them affects all of us. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
And I've seen some numbers, added damn numbers again, what systemic racism actually costs us in the long run.
Oh, it's got to be enormous.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of everything. And we don't care because we're doing it to them, not us. And it's happening to the other.
But in doing it to them, denying access to anything, how much is it costing us?
So what? It's still happening to them.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's their thoughts.
Yeah. I've had people tell me that, what, they don't believe racism exists anymore. Of course, they look like you and me. Yeah, but it doesn't exist. And I was like, they're just, it's a crutch, right? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Did you watch the After thing? I wouldn't watch it if I wasn't.
Oh God, no! There's no way in hell I would have watched the After. No.
Yeah, he said there's no racism now.
Oh, good. It's all gone, huh?
Yeah.
Disappeared. The George Floyd thing did it, right? After that one, the cop went to jail, and that's it. There's no more racists.
Well, they said since Kamala's in there and Barack was elected, there's no racism.
Oh, it's all done. You got your tokens. Goodbye. All right. Cool. Oh, cool. I can't be racist. I have a black friend.
And there's no world hunger because I had a ham sandwich at lunch.
Because I went to McDonald's. Lou, what do you say we kill it right there?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
It's a good place to stop it. Everybody, we will see you tomorrow. We'll finish up the week tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Until then, goodbye, good luck, and God bless. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.